Grid is good, guys. That's the series where I show and explain to you how you may farm and get more divines per hour in PoE Excel 2. And today we will talk about this mechanic, bridge. Yeah, this icon over here called bridge. And let's see how much divines per hour it can give us. Well, first of all, how mechanic works. When you run map with a bridge, it will do technically nothing until you will find purple hand. That's where bridge kinda starts. And depending on your Atlas setup and your luck and your precursor tablets, everything will be covered by the way, you may find even multiple bridges on your map. When you're close to the bridge, you will see it on your mini-map, but also you will see these purple lines that going towards the bridge hand. So that's the bridge hand basically, and you see this purple stuff going inside. Now when I touch this hand, the bridge will start. So that's basically how it works. And you will see this purple stuff going outside. So that's important. Where the hand starts, that's where the circle starts. And it will grow and grow and grow until eventually it will start shrinking. And it shrinks really fast. If you stay outside of the circle, you actually can be damaged by these monsters or even blocked, but you won't be able to defeat them because you can't see them. So you need to stay inside of the circle to see these monsters and therefore to survive and defeat them. And basic logic goes like this. You will have limited time to actually defeat every stuff in a bridge. So you want to go into one direction, and when you start thinking that there is not enough monsters, you will start going clockwise or counterclockwise depending on map, and when circles start to shrink, you just go inside quickly as possible and defeat leftover monsters that you may defeat. So that's basically bridge monsters, little like spiders and guys like this. There's some bad guys and there's collapsed hands. You also want to just touch them, and after touching collapsed hands you will get bridge splinters. That's basically the main currency you're looking in bridge. Bridge Lord collapsed hand is also great because it will give you catalysts. More on that later. For now, let's clear down this bridge and let's try to get as much monsters as possible. So I'm seeing that there's not enough of monsters over here already, and we can go inside or we can go into actually another place completely. So we can go into this checkpoint, we can teleport for example over here and start clearing monsters in this location. So that's basically how you can defeat loads of monsters if map got nearby checkpoints. So circle shrinks, we will get our rewards just right now, 25 bridge splinters, and that's it for now. Let's defeat boss and calculate our profits. Goodbye, Mr. Boss. See you later, alligator. Let's get everything. I haven't got any catalysts. No, I got one actually. And they are pretty rare as you can see. And they can be part of your strategy, but I will explain you when it should be part of your strategy and how to correctly set up Atlas so it can be a part of your strategy. From one bridge I can get 25 bridge splinters and a little bit of catalysts. That's basically what we are looking for when we're farming bridge and when it's part of our strategy. It's nice to know first of all how much exiles we can get for bridge splinters. And they go 10 for 1 right now, so they are completely useless. Since at the moment I'm recording video, one divine costs 145 exiles, therefore we're getting 0.1% of divine technically. It's like super low amount. Actually it's like 1% of divine, a little bit less, but anyway. So what is this catalysts? Well, catalysts can be valuable depending on situation. And that's again kinda when you want to decide, should bridge be part of your strategy of farming or not. And that's exactly what I'm kinda teaching you and explaining you how to make decisions on whether or not it's good to farm it right now. Because you may see like lots of different videos that will tell you like, whoa, you should farm bridge, but maybe you should farm bridge at the day 3 of league start, but right now it's completely useless. Well, again, it's not. I will explain you why and how to make it not useless. But right now this catalyst can go for 1 exalt if I got 5 of them, but I got only 1. So catalyst is the second part we're looking in the bridges, and there's a bunch of them, there's loads of them actually, 12, and that's what you need to understand, like how much catalysts are in demand. For example, if League got very good balance of different builds, maybe some guys playing mana stacking, maybe some guys playing life stacking, maybe some guys playing lightning, some playing attack modifiers. So if everything is viable, bridge will be great, because these catalysts can be used to upgrade your rings. You basically just use it and drop it on your ring, and it will have increased quality. For example, bridge rings, more on that later, Yeah, we will get those two. Will have maximum quality of 40%. Therefore, you will need loads of these catalysts. There's also secret kind of sink for these catalysts, but right now it's not very useful. Maybe we will change some stuff after I will release some funny crafting video, but it's a story for another day. I used them pretty effectively. Still, there is a bunch of catalysts that is in demand. For example, Ish's catalyst is very good. It goes for like 2.5 divines. Why it's very good? Well, because it's time to talk about our Atlas setup for breach, when you want to actually get like insane amount of breach juicing and make it powerful. So basic setup for Atlas, it will be completely basic, so whatever you're running will be fine. It's nice to get a little bit of quantity of items. It should affect breach splinters, but again it's just 2%, 4% in total, not a lot. What is really important is this part over here, that will give you more magic monsters, magic pack size, basic pack size, and also rare monsters. Increased rare monsters will also can increase breach monsters, at least I think so. It's still like viable node, and basically you want two of them to have like loads of monsters in your maps, therefore you will get more breach splinters because they will drop from your breaches. Now, how you may set up your Atlas? Well, basically for breach it goes like this. When you only starting out, I recommend dropping sustained siege. It will make them open and close 30% slower. You will just get more early on, because when they opening slower, you will have more time. But even if sustained siege is still in your breach Atlas, you want to continue leveling over here. Get frantic invasion to increase quantity of breach splinters dropped by breach monsters. You will take extra damage, so you need to be careful, and you will finish with increased monster density. So that's a big one. By increasing monster density, you will have ability to have more monsters, therefore more breach splinters, and so on and so on. Now, you probably already should be pretty strong after you got like 6 points over here. And maybe you unlocked 8 points, so if you're strong, you just need to forget about sustained siege, and now you think about last 3 branches. This branch is pretty cool. It will open and close breaches faster and increase monster density. Again, kinda gives you a little bit more of breach splinters. It can be part of your strategy. I just like my breaches to be fast. I clear them as far as I can and then forget about them. It doesn't matter too much. Since I'm not using breaches, it's my solo strategy, and more on that in a second, especially right now. So there's 2 branches left, and left branch will give you more clasped hands. Every clasped hand will have breach splinters inside. By having this grasping hands passive over here, you will not only have more clasped hands, but also you will increase magic monsters. By combining this with magic pack size and magic monsters over here, you will increase them a lot more. And by touching these clasped hands, you will have lots of fun, because they always contain splinters. You can go on top and get ability to get double splinters from clasped hands. This is also great. It will give you debuff, but don't worry too much about this debuff. So this is also pretty fun in combination with clasped hands if you're going for this strategy that I will show you right now. To make any strategy work, you need precursor tablets, and they will have different suffixes. Breach precursor tablets. And basic strategy will be just dropping with more magic monsters in breach, more rare monsters because they drop some valuable stuff, splinters and breach rings sometime. You can have increased monster density, it's also fun, or just increased quantity of breach splinters dropped by breach monsters, or just combine all of them. Again, it doesn't matter, it will just all work together. There's also extra stuff like chances to contain additional breaches, 3 breaches or just additional breach. That's pretty fun, maybe we'll see it, but there's one special one. Breaches in your maps contain 1 additional clasped hand, so that's a big one, because there's breach tablet over here, which is legendary. You may already have it, but you may buy it pretty cheaply for 1 exalt. So it's super weird, I don't recommend it. What it does, it basically reducing monster density most of the time, but it can increase it, I guess. It can be increased by 10% maximum, or can be reduced. But coolest part, it will never close your breach until you clear wall map, wall breach from breach monsters. And I should have it over here. Yeah, come on, load Atlas. So as you can see, it's activated with breach remain open while there are alive breach monsters. Let's run this map, and I'll explain why I don't recommend using this. Still, it's pretty fun, because I got another tablets on top. I got loads of extra additional clasp hands in these maps. As you can see, 4 additional, so I got like 4 extra tablets with extra clasped hands. When you're running the strategy, you want to actually have these grasping hands, so you will increase these hands by 30%. If you have 10, for example, you will have 13 in the end. In reality, every bridge spawns with like 3 or 5 collapsed hands, so plus 4. Again, it's like 15 collapsed hands per bridge. And also a chance to drop double splinters. If you're lucky, you can get like 50 bridge splinters from one bridge. And again, if you're converted into exalted orbs, then into divine orbs, you won't get a lot. This series, Grid is Good, is about how you can get loads of divines from different content types. And to get loads of divines, you want to actually clear your maps fast. You don't want to do it slower. And that's why this strategy is a little bit bad. It can be good if you're just starting out, so you can have some fun with it and get like starting currency, but look how it looks. Over here it will be fine, because this map is pretty open. So bridge is opening, we're getting a bunch of collapsed hands, and you're just seeing them instantly on the screen right now. They are just everywhere, these collapsed hands, they are left and right. And basically this bridge will never end until I will clear all monsters over here. So there's lots of collapsed hands again, and we will need to clear all of them and get all hands basically. And again, on this map it looks great, but if you ever will be on the map with like labyrinths or something like this, unlike Delirium, you won't be able to end encounter, and you will be just forced to run around and find every last single little spider who's hiding, and you will need to defeat him to get your rewards. So again, that's the problem, you won't get any rewards if there's still bridge monsters alive. So that's like big problem, because it will increase map time, so you basically will need to stay on the map longer. You can go to the next one, and it's a lot better to get like 20 bridge splinters instead of 35, for example. I don't know how much we will get from this location. Let's see. I'm not running collapsed hand bridge atlas right now, but again, it's like a little bit of time, so definitely not recommending this step if you're going for bridge splinters. However, there's one thing that you may want to go for if you're running this strategy. Instead of having this faster opening and closing with a little bit of monster density, you can go into this part, and I really like it. I like it for fun. It will give you a chance to have additional bridge, 2 additional bridges, or like 10 additional bridges in your map. Sometime it procs, and in my experience it's a lot more often than 1 out of 100 technically. And it's really fun to have like 10 bridges in the map, but it's fun when they're closing fast, not when they're staying until you will find last spider. But you want to go here to get to this node, Zest Madness. Catalyst dropped by rare bridge monsters can have a little bit of chance to drop in the full stack. Stack for Catalyst is 10, and that's basically what you want to run if right now there's a demand for Catalysts. So you check prices, if there's like 5 out of 12 catalysts in demand, you want to run this strategy. That's pretty crazy. I tried it for a few hours, and I got a bunch of these lightning catalysts that goes for 4 exalted orbs in full stacks. So guess what, it's like 1 divine easily, but you need to be lucky. Sometimes you're unlucky and you will get basic catalysts, and technically you're just getting a little bit more of exalted orb. So that's the last monster, I hope. Yeah, he is. Let's see how much catalysts we will get, and it's 32. Again, we get like 12 more than normally we would. That's why I completely ignored this area and ran forward as fast as possible. Don't run this legendary tablet of bridge. Right now you're probably curious, like how this strategy, like how running bridge can give me a little bit of divines in a pocket. Well, that's basically how, and that's what you need to focus on to get probably loads of divines in your pockets, but it's not super stable, so that's like a problem. But the amount of divines you can get is insane actually. To get these divines you need bridge rings. If we check my sales history, there's a bunch of bridge rings for 2 divine orbs, for 1 divine orb, for 2 divine orbs, basically a bunch of little divine sales, so they can be pretty valuable. How you can get those? Well, there's actually one really valuable bridge ring, and it's just normal bridge ring with high item level. It's for some reason super rare right now. I see just a little bit of supply. It's a little bit less rare right now, since everyone found what is better, but there's not a lot of them. If normal bridge rings is in demand, you can run pretty funny strategy. You can get negative rarity, so you need to find Ventur's Gamble rings with the reduced rarity of items. By reducing rarity of items to -50 for example, or even like -20 will be enough, and running no rarity on your gear and no rarity on your maps, you will drop basic breach rings more often just from the maps, just from the basic breaches. But you don't have to, you can just get basic rare breach rings, which also can cost a few divines, and to get those really good rings you just need 150 splinters and you should already clear a few breach bosses. So we will go into our home and to Realm Gate and dropping our breach splinters. Tier 3 breach boss is the guy who dropping these awesome breach rings. Actually, you will get even before fighting him. By fighting him, you will get separate loot table. He drops bunch of fun uniques, and most of them right now is pretty useless. But again, it depends on meta. So you want to check prices on these uniques, and if any of these uniques is actually in demand, maybe they cost a little bit, you can go over there. But honestly, GGG made it pretty easy to get splinters right now, so it's pretty easy to get into the breach boss, and it's just easy to get these items for yourself without any problems. Most of them don't have insanely overpowered rolls that everyone is chasing, but it may change, so you just need to find out how valuable these items can be. But breach rings probably will always be valuable, and that's basically how you get loads of divines per hour by running breach. So, coolest part about this breach content, it's pretty fast. It's not ritual where you instantly fight a boss, but it takes like 1 minute to go into this boss area. Let's actually turn on timer. So it's around 2 minutes to get to the boss area, and then probably like from 2 seconds to like 1 minute to defeat him based on your build. My minion witch probably goes into like half a minute range, but this guy should be able to clear him like pretty fast. At least I hope so. So we're getting our rewards, we will do it fast, there's lots of stuff. So hello Mr. Zesht, get down faster please. Let's avoid this stuff and let's finish him off. I hope we're pretty good. Yeah, let's see what we will get. Stuff that no one needs mostly, but also he dropping nice item level 84 items. As you can see, this armor could be very good, but it got awful rolls, so it's just garbage. Right now there's loads of maces, but again, I'm just not getting any maces. But most of these items are rolling pretty cool stuff, so they are really valuable even on its own. Also there's loads of catalysts. For example, this will go for like few exalts, this will give us 23 exalts, and this will give us 14 exalts, so it's already half of divine for just one go into Zesht. Coolest part, again, it's pretty stable, probably 1/3 of divine. So if we just convert this into exalts and then check how much splinters we can get, well, it's 470, that's just insane. And this part will depend on our luck a little bit and also state of the market. So if there's loads of people who are running breach right now, they will flood market with random breach rings, like this for example, rarity, mana regeneration, maximum mana, fire damage to attacks. It could be a really good magic ring if we get only these stats, but no magic damage, no fire damage to attacks. But with fire damage to attacks, it becomes like a little bit useless in reality. Probably like a little bit of use can be found for like dead eyes, maybe guys like this, but as you can see, breach rings like this sit on the market for like 4 days and no one buying them even for 1 exalt. Well, yeah, but if you find some cool ones with a lot of damage to attacks with mental resistances, they can go for nice amounts. Double resistance is also great, sometimes double stats is also great. Again, mostly for the reason you can drop a bunch of catalysts on top and get not like plus 30 to dexterity. This looks okay. It got a lot of extra damage to attacks, physical lightning and increased chaos damage, so it may be good for Chayulas for example. And yeah, we see it's already from like 15 exalts on market, but also increased rarity, so it can be sold for probably like 40 exalts easily. Again, you don't need to be very invested into breaches, and in current state of the game you can even just buy splinters and go farm Zesht a million times if you wish to. And yeah, it took us like 2 seconds to sell it for 30 exalts. Unlucky rings you can drop into reforging bench and try to reforge them into better rings, or you can use recombinator to maybe get some good bases for your next crafts. Let's see if I'm lucky today. I am. So we got base with 2 elemental resistances that I will use in my crafting project. And that's how to get divine orbs from the bridge. However, again, it's better to run it on top of other strategies for extra profits. But for really good profitable strategies, I recommend this video on the screen right now. Rituals right now are printing divine.